we got plenty of material to cover an episode and then some. Don't
Nice.
you worry about a little dead air. Um, okay. See, we're live. Just you're inputting the timer
Yeah,
right now, I guess.
yeah. I'm about to do that.
That's all. Take your time. I think what could work out in the future maybe is divide up the sports, uh, the minor sports. Like I don't have to see hockey twice a week, nor do I have to say NCAA hoops twice a week. I could reserve one for a Tuesday and then the other for a Thursday. Uh, that's
Yeah. Well,
an idea.
no. That's actually good because, my uncle was telling me because he saw the podcast and he's like, look, it looks good and everything, but it's like I would just recommend just like talking about like several sports at the same time so you have more time to talk about them rather than just trying to like you know
Cram it
blaze
all in.
through through all the fucking all the sports at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Today works out because college hoops, there's really nothing yet. So that can relieve room for hockey talk.
Yeah. Oh, I accidentally put a shit. Okay. Ooh.
She, when I die, put my money in.
The fuck out.
He wants the money buried with him. Great. I guess.
waiting on. Go for it. All right.
Yo, 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 yo! What up, man? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. That's right, Bar Talk with the super fans. We're Jen out with the crew. What do we have in today's edition? As always, our fearless host, Danny BMD, is in the studio. Glad to see you, buddy. And you have me, of course, your amateur hype man, super fan art. We'll always be talking sports, and we'll always be doing it South Texas style. So without further ado, take it away, Dan.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. Coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas to your ear. Reminds us sports time for your free time. What up? This is your host, Danny BMD. How's everyone doing? And how did your team do this week? I think I'm having a little bit of a echo.
About me, I don't have anything turned on. Hello,
Hello. Hello, test. Oh, it's over here.
Stupid. Take it away, Dan. All right. It's good to have you all here on this lovely Thursday evening. I don't know how you said how did my team do today. I don't know. We didn't have any team. My teams didn't play this week.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're on a bye. You lucky dude. You got lucky. I mean, first of all, again, Spurs. We're gonna talk about Spurs forever. We're still kind of moving there. Dude, Murray, bro. Murray. Honestly, Murray's putting a like very subtle MVP season. Just saying. I'm just saying.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here first, dude. So, but other than that, it's gonna be obviously UTSA right now is the big one, big thing going on right now. We'll talk some football. We'll talk some just kind of sports around the world. Man, it's gonna be pretty cool. I might actually go to the game. Might as well, right? It's like here in town and everything. And it's actually gonna be a very good game. Southern Miss, I believe.
Yes, the Golden Eagles coming into town.
Yeah, so I think that the best UTSA can kind of hope for at this time would be just to kind of get a really good bowl game. But as the years come by, we'll definitely see a future grow, and we'll see it grow here at Mezzo Forte Sportz along with them. Maybe get a couple players who come on and just kind of talk and chill with us and everything. But other than that, no one else played for me. Like I said, the Spurs, but the Spurs keep losing and winning. But I am gonna get a Murray shirt, so congratulations, Murray. You've won my heart.
Well,
all right, go for it.
We gotta support our team.
And also, what about you, bro? I know you. I think. Oh, also the Cowboys also had a not so good showing last time.
Yeah, they had a bit of a slump, and they're going to be a little bit short-handed on the defensive end when they go back in action this weekend. But I'll get into that a little bit more. Cool. I said, glad to be here on this Thursday evening. To all of you viewers out there watching on whatever platform, thank you for your continued support. Give us a like, subscribe. We're going to hate.
Thank you so much.
Keep it clean. If you have any comments, we'll try to answer them live on here if we can. But I think above all else, something that most of us can rely on is a very special team that's been near and dear to us, Danny. I'd say that's Team USA. Why I say that? Well, it is Happy Veterans Day, so I want to show appreciation and support to our local. Well, not local, all of our veterans out there who are currently active or were served already in the past for protecting our country, our freedoms.
Thank you so much.
That's part of our Team USA. Uh, Much appreciated there. So if you know, if you have a friend or family member who was or currently is an active member with any of the armed forces, uh, by all means, show your love and support. This is, I mean, it should honestly be like one is not once a year is not enough. But that's what it is at the moment. There has to be year-round support for anybody serving our country. So much props to that. Here at Mezzo Forte, I'm pretty sure I speak on behalf of all of our Mezzo crew. We wish a very happy Veterans Day out there to all of our active members and
Thank
past
you so
members.
much. Thank you so much.
If there was an American flag emoji, I'd put it on. But here on YouTube, they don't. So I just put the Statue of Liberty and our part of the world, our hemisphere.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what you think and everything like that, they are still technically our warriors, for our country. So, definitely a big kudos on that. Obviously, we have Crack AV. He is a veteran as well. So just want to give a quick shout out to you, bro. And just do want to do a little 15-second do for detail double dog.
Thank you, Dan. Well, I was going to save it for later, but here at Mezzo Forte Sports, we like to give a shout out to all of our friends and their businesses. I know our buddy Evan is becoming a little bit of an entrepreneur himself. So he has established what we like to call the Devil Dog Detailing out there in the San Antonio area. Pretty much the slogan is, or my self-proclaimed slogan for them is, if you want your car's interior looking like new, he's gonna work like a dog for you. That's Devil Dog Detailing. Devil Dog. Out there once again, San Antonio. Hit up Evan if you ever need some of those services. Very, very competitive pricing. I definitely need to take one of my vehicles up to see all the nice little equipment and cleaning solutions he's got for my new vehicle. So that's once again Devil Dog Detailing in association with Mezzo Forte Sports. Happy Right Penn. LLC, all the other jazz and whatever.
All right, guys. So we're gonna
We'll
start.
sue you.
We'll go ahead and just start. In this case, are you want to do some on the ice? Some
That's
hockey?
right.
All right, put some music. Go for it.
We always like to kind of literally break the ice with some of our hockey talk to start out the show. So what's been going on? Well, there's quite a bit of games that are going on this evening. Just a few to mention: Oilers versus the Bruins, the Flames of the Canadians, Kings with the Senators, Islanders and the Devils, Panthers Penguins, Capitals Red Wings, the Predators Blues, the Sharks with the Jets, Canucks and the Avalanche, the Wild and the Golden Knights, and the Ducks and the Kraken. Now, we've already been a couple of weeks already into the season. I think some of the top teams that are ahead in that win-loss column include the likes of the Florida Panthers. They're 10-2-1. Now it's funny in hockey, the way they do it is not only just a win-loss; it's also a win-loss and loss by overtime. Since I guess they get so many frequent overtimes. So when I say 10-2-1, that's 10 wins.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's 10 wins, 2 losses, and 1 loss in overtime. That's pretty unique. But yes, Florida Panthers, they're up there with 10 wins. Carolina Hurricanes, they're also up there with 10 wins of their own and just 1 loss. Edmonton Oilers are up there 9-2, and the Minnesota Wild are up there 9-3. For us here back home with the Dallas Stars, currently they're sitting at 4-6 and 2 right now. But the Stars are looking to bounce back from the recent. They're looking to bounce back from their recent defeat against the Nashville Predators, who they beat them in a score of 4-2. They're going to be hosting.
Who's the local teams? NHL. Okay, well, so first of all,
there's only one Texas team.
Really?
Yeah, we need more.
Dang.
I mean, yeah, granted, there's the lower divisions, but in the pros, NHL pros, you only got the Dallas Stars. I think Houston should get one, and
I think so.
I
I
mean
thought Houston
San
had one,
Antonio.
or I would think Houston would have one. I don't know about San Antonio. I know Austin has the Ice Bats that have had them forever, but they're like second division or minor league or whatever. Um, since forever, but I don't know. It's kind of like the Laredo Bucks. Hey, Laredo Bucks were good. They were good. I'm just saying. But that's crazy, dude. I didn't know. I was just it's just a had a. That's just a question. I didn't know how many
Oh
actually
yeah,
Texas teams were in,
it's hard to
NHL.
believe. It's hard
Well,
to believe because we're up there with the others. Like the LA has, a litany of teams. New York has a bunch of teams. Why would a state as big and populated as Texas only have just one of their metropolitan cities host the NHL franchise?
and it makes sense. Like it makes sense. Like I mean, cause like not a lot of people play hockey here, and and
Okay,
and maybe
yeah.
in Dallas, cause it gets like colder over there. I don't know.
Arizona has their own hockey team, the Coyotes. So it's not a matter of air
I don't know.
conditioning. It's in air. It's all indoor. So if I had to bet, I'd say Houston could get one maybe. Uh, I just don't know what right circumstances need to happen before that.
Do you have a particular favorite besides Dallas Stars? I guess.
Well, I'm not a big hockey buff per se. It's growing on me though, and I always mention I like to support all of our Texas-based teams out there. And since the Stars are the all we got, I'll definitely root for them. I think Evan was a Golden Knights fan back when he was still living in Vegas, so that makes sense. You live there, you gotta do as the locals do and support the locals teams, I suppose. Sometimes, but no,
What else you got for me, bro?
no, I was just gonna say that the Stars, they're 4-6 right now. They're gonna be hosting the Philadelphia Flyers, who have a record of 6-3 this upcoming Saturday evening. Leading the team in points with a combination of goals and assists is their defenseman Miro Heiskanen. I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did. He has about 12 points. Okay, that's another thing. In hockey, they
Recording in progress.
God damn it. In
Sorry.
hockey, that's okay. They have points that is pretty much an accumulation of your goals and assists. They combine those numbers, and that equals points. So, for instance,
Wait,
they're
what? What?
yeah,
When was
and
this?
it's been forever, I guess.
Oh my
So,
god.
an example would be this defenseman that I say for the Stars, who is one of the top guys, Miro Heiskanen. He's got 12 points. 12 points meaning he has 9 assists and he has 3 goals. So the 9 plus 3 is 12. So points are really not goals, it's assists combined with your goals. Another one, the followed by their center Tyler Seguin. He has 7 points. Now he got that 7 points because he has 4 goals and he has 3 assists. So they combine those two and he's got points. And it's just, one way to measure player performance. I guess that's how they like it. I'm pretty sure it's been going on for decades now. I'm just finding out because I'm still learning the ins and outs of the game itself. Uh, but no, Dallas is looking to bounce back. Chicago Blackhawks, I think their forward Brandon Hagel is expected to miss about 2 weeks with a left shoulder injury. Got hurt in that third period on Sunday night's 2-1 overtime victory when the Blackhawks faced Nashville. He has about 4 goals, 2 assists in 13 games thus far this season. Of recent, he did agree to a 3-year contract in August that has an average annual value of 1.5 mil. Not bad. I'd love 1.5 mil for anything. Uh, Colorado Avalanche, their center Nathan McKinnon will be out for 3 weeks after suffering a lower body injury he sustained Saturday against Columbus, according to the coach Jared Badnar. Um, it's been a tough year for McKinnon so far. He's missed about 2 games of the season while sitting out for COVID-19 protocols, and he'll miss even more because of this injury. He is tied for his team in points with 10, but he has only 1 goal in 8 games and is skating to like -3 rating. Uh, and well, since the team usually goes as McKinnon goes, this is an underwhelming start to show in the standings for the Colorado Avalanche. Easily, they were, maybe a favorite to win the Stanley Cup when the season did begin. They're currently standing at 4 wins, 5 losses, and 1 loss in overtime. Uh, they'll try to, bounce back a bit without his services when they face the Canucks currently this evening. I believe that is currently all I had to say about my hockey talk for this evening, or our What the Puck segment. Uh,
Nice,
that's right.
nice,
I'll have more as we continue on in the weeks. Restructuring when's the best days to do hockey talk. But no, definitely season's going underway, and just keep monitoring how our Dallas Stars do. I know,
nice,
fingers crossed, man. Maybe Houston gets a franchise in the future.
nice. So, what do you want to go next? We can do some basketball. Let's try basketball.
Well, if I can interject,
Yeah.
oh, there's an injury. Sorry, I'm watching the Ravens Dolphins game, so if you see my eyes going up and down, like that's kind of like I'm watching the game. I'll have more insight into that later. But no, I'll just say let's knock out the baseball real quick
Oh,
since
that's right. That's right. That's right. You have some baseball. We got some diamond talk. Oh, it's been a while,
yes,
bro.
it's been quite a while. We already
It's
uh,
been a
accepted
while.
the Houston lost
Ah.
in the World Series. It happened. Braves they won. Uh, Screw 'em. So we got to turn the page and move on. So some storylines that I had for baseball. You have left-hander Jolie Rodriguez and the New York Yankees agreeing to a 2 mil 1 year contract that happened Wednesday night. 3 days after New York declined 3 million option in favor for his 500,000 buyout. 29-year-old Rodriguez was acquired from the Texas Rangers back in July 29, alongside with outfielder Joey Gallo for minor league right-hander Glenn Otto and infielders es- Esquiel Duran, Trevor Hauver, and Josh Smith. Uh, Now Rodriguez, he was frequently lined up against opponents, uh, their best left-handed hitters. He was a specialist against them. He was 1-0 with a 2.84 ER in 21 games with the Yanks. So I guess they saw something in the kid and they want to return him. Not bad. Houston Astros, well, they were without the services of Jake Myers throughout most of the postseason. Their center fielder, he did get surgery this Wednesday to repair a torn labrum in his left shoulder, an injury that would maybe even delay his return in the 2022 season. He was hurt back in October 12th of the Game 4 of that AL
Dang.
Division Series when they're facing the White Sox. He tried to make a leaping catch at the wall at let's
Dang,
see,
dude.
in a second inning home run, and he just completely got owned. So
Ooh. Oh.
Mars, he did hope to return in the postseason,
Yeah.
but he didn't get to play again. He was 3 for 8 with 2 RBIs when they were in that series with the White Sox. Uh, it's still up in the air if he might even be ready for like opening day, which I think is going to be like in March or something like that. So that sucks. I think they're also worried about the guy Correa, shortstop Correa, that he could be. He's already got some suitors for his free agency. I think the Yankees were one of them of recent. Uh, I'm not sure how much money he could potentially make. I mean, he's definitely one of our key star players on the Astros roster. Um, and the guy deserves a big, handsome contract. I just hope Houston can deliver it. If not, all the success if he goes in anywhere else. But we'll be on top of the free agency frenzy because there's a whole bunch of people on the line. That's going to be more for like next week's headlines because that's more than when the deadline will occur. Um, and also be looking into some of the regular season awards, like the American League MVP and the National League, the Cy Young Award, Rookie of the Year. I know two-way sensation Shohei Ohtani. back for the Los Angeles Angels. He's one of the finalists for American League MVP. Um, there's also there's manager of the year. Uh, this Monday night, I think by this weekend we should have the list of winners for that because they
All
send out
the
ballots and stuff like that, and they gotta
superlatives.
tally them.
What do they call them? Superlatives or whatever, right?
Yeah, I guess superlatives.
Like the
You know,
best. Well, yeah, everything. All the winners. Do you have any surprises for us?
I don't have any surprises per se. I'm more than certain Otani will get MVP for the American League.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some of the other candidates in the National League MVP race, uh, there's Philadelphia's Bryce Harper, Washington's Juan Soto, San Diego's Fernando Tatis Jr. Harper is the only former MVP of that trio. He earned the honor back in 2015. It's pretty impressive to be nominated once again
Mm-hmm.
at his age. Um, what else? Postseason. I
About
think. What? Go
yeah,
what?
no,
What?
yo, go for it, go for it.
No, 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 no. I was just gonna say.
Like
Uh,
a national and for
yeah,
National
that's
League.
what that was some of the National League
Okay.
MVPs that I mentioned. Uh, in the American League,
American League,
well,
digo, American League, digo.
voting it's Otani. He's one of the three finalists. The
Mm-hmm.
other two are coincidentally from the same team, the Toronto Blue Jays,
Oh
Vladimir
damn,
Guerrero Jr.
dang,
and Marcus Semien. So that's pretty cool. You're in the
that is
race
pretty cool.
against your own teammate for MVP votes. Um, so no, I think we'll have the winners pretty soon, and I'll have a big episode about all the awards and stuff. The Cy Young is like for the best pitcher and stuff.
Nice,
There's also awards for best catcher, I think.
nice. Yeah, we'll put them up. I'll make sure we make a chart and everything, so we can talk about it. By what next week?
I think by next week we should have something.
Nice.
I think Astros. They also had they have one guy on one ballot, the right-hander Luis Garcia.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they're running for Rookie of the Year. Um, Tampa Bay. I think he has to face. He's there with Wander Franco of the Tampa Bay Rays and Randy Orasarena. I think also Tampa Bay. So that's cool. Two rookies from Tampa versus one rookie of the Astros for just that Rookie of the Year. Not a very big thing. Uh, but no, definitely I'll have more of that as we continue on next week. As I want to wrap up our baseball talk or our diamond talk, as we say. Um, so take a sip of your drink and we'll go into some hoop action.
All right.
You've been itching to talk about some hoops.
Let's do some hoops. All right.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and switch out. So, let's see. So for basketball, dude, a lot of things are going on. Dude, I don't think the Nets make it.
Oh.
I know.
I did see that funny meme there, like Kevin Durant. He's like the Will Smith character at the end of the show, just standing in an empty living room. Is this when Kyrie's not allowed to play and
The
freaking
Harden
Harden can't get
can't get fouls.
he can't get them easy fouls no more. That's true.
He's just like
There's,
chilling, like dang. Where the hell's everyone at? Like, dang, dude, pobrecito. I feel bad for KD because he's trying. You see him try. He's see him trying.
yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
all right. Yeah,
he's on pace for like early ballot MVP awards and stuff, regular season MVP.
it's
Uh,
just I don't know. I feel so bad that you know he it's just your teammate gets can kind of, I don't know, kind of really
And
break a
then
chemistry like that.
you remember he went to ring chasing when he went with Golden State Warriors.
Yeah,
So I was like, he's a great player, but like he's a ring chaser.
yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like,
But I mean, everyone should be. But no, Thursday evening, bam. There was some games to watch currently. I know one already finished, and there's two currently in progress. If you're watching the Raptors and the 76ers, well, the Raptors were able to edge them in a very close victory, 115 to 109. Raptors were led by their point guard, Fred Van Vliet. I love saying that guy's name, Van Vliet. He led his team with 32 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal against the Joel Embiid less. He's not playing, I think, because of COVID protocol. 76ers. The 76ers had to rely on their own point guard, young guy. I think he's better than the second year, Tyrese Maxey. He had 33 points of his own, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. So things are a little bit shaky for the Sixers. I think there's even rumors about Simmons maybe eyeing a particular team to go with. As rumors. That could maybe be the Boston Celtics. I think he's liked. I don't. I guess he likes their coach, former Spur. I can't see his name at the moment. Udoka, Coach Udoka. Ume. Excuse me. Udoka. I want to say it's Udoka. Anyway, that's one of the rumors that was swirling around for a destination for Simmons. We'll be on watch for that. The other games that are going on currently is the Pacers are giving a little bit of competition for the Jazz over there in Utah. The score was pretty close. I think Donovan Mitchell, he's having a little bit of his hands full. I don't even know who the Pacers got, but they're scrappers, I guess. They're nothing to lose. And of course, you got.
I don't think they have a Oladipo anymore, right?
Oh no, he went to the Heat, and they got him for like.
The Heat, dude. The Heat's good, dude.
They got him for pennies. He turned down like a couple of $100 million, and now he's been like the minimum with Miami.
I think he turned down. I think it's 4 years, $100 million. Now he's getting paid like 2.4 mil a year or something like that.
Definitely less than 5 per year.
So
it's sad. But no, there's a good slate of games for tomorrow evening. If you want to go out, enjoy some hot wings or some cold brews, like there's a bunch of good games. Some of which could be potential playoff previews. Mm-hmm. You got the Knicks at the Hornets.
LeVert, Sabonis, Miles Turner, TJ Warren. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. You got the Bucks at the Celtics.
Oh yeah.
What up? A rematch of I don't know what round they played or if they even played just last year, but that has potential preview applications there.
Dude, do you think? So I don't know if we talked about it last time or we mentioned it before or something. Jaylen Brown for Simmons straight up.
Oh,
I don't know about straight up, but it would have to be a lot of sweet dealing. But what do you think? Would you do it? Okay, if you're the Celtics, would you do it? And if you're the 76ers, would you do it?
Oh, the 76ers would love to get anybody for Simmons at this point.
You got pennies on the dollar, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. They just need somebody solid enough. Brown, he's been one of the mainstays for the Celtics over the past few years. Definitely a fan favorite over there, leading scorer at some point. Definitely a good tandem with what's his name? Tatum. That's what I said. No, he's part of their firepower that makes Celtics so formidable. I don't think getting rid of him for a very shaky, confidentless Simmons would be the right way to go. Unless there's like draft picks involved going for the Celtics way.
Like but for this year, I don't even know. I don't even know how much the 76ers have in terms of You know, because like how like so many teams commit like, oh, like, 30 years ahead or whatever, and then suddenly it becomes time and you're like, oh no, I forgot.
Yeah,
Like
catch
not
us up
30
like a
years,
bitch.
not literally 30 years, but like five,
No,
6 years, sometimes like even like 8 years ahead. What is it, like the OKC? OKC has like literally, dude, like literally, I think they literally have like 30 picks over the next like 8 years.
they definitely got the
God
stockpile.
dang, yeah, that's a
Got a
lot.
stockpile. Yeah, they
30
better use it
picks, 30.
wisely
That's
though.
like two teams. That's literally two teams.
It could very well reinvent the whole team based on all those picks. Uh, but
Yeah,
no, going further. I think Suns Grizz, that should be a decent one for Friday. Hawks at the Nuggets, a decent one with the Trey Young. Hopefully, Jokic is not suspended for that one. You have the Bulls at the Warriors. The Bulls are kind of hot. They're the hot team right now in the East. Yeah, but the Warriors also hot in their own. I think they're still waiting for Klay Thompson to return, and they might even be without the services of Draymond Green. I'll mention that shortly. And then the other game that's more near and dear to us is the Mavericks at the Spurs,
yep.
Friday evening. Uh, the two teams squared off for the third. This is the third time this season. The Mavericks won their previous matchup, 109-108, in that last crazy meeting. We saw it on November 4th. That's when Jalen Brunson, the asshole, he led the Mavericks with a 31 points. Meanwhile, Murray in that one, he led the Spurs with 23 of his own. Some injuries going into this coming game. Well, Jakob Pertl is still out for health
Damn.
and safety protocols. And let's see, Keita Bates Diop, he's out for the back. And Zach
Yeah.
Collins is out via the ankle. So still not at 100%. Uh,
And then what happened? What about Derek White?
I didn't see him on the injury report, but in that last game he was 0 points. I want to say he was a non-factor.
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't play like at all.
Oh, then that's why he had 0 points.
No,
He
he
was a
did. No,
non-factor.
he did play, but like, not technically. Hold on, let me see. Let me see Derek White. Let me see what's up with this fella. Dude, because no, he's just active.
He's active. Doesn't say nothing.
Fourteen
Why his game's
five.
shaky?
Let's see. He's 11. I don't know, man. Maybe he might be a piece to a trade. You know. I mean, he's taking up what, like 15. He's at 15 million salary. Lonnie Walker's gonna want to get paid.
True. I mean, I'd hate to see him leave. He's been such a fire off the bench over these past seasons. Being like our main three. I mean, he after Patty Mills left, I was like, this is the main. This is new Patty Mills. He's the guy to replace him and be on the arc for all them threes.
Who, Lonnie?
Uh, no, Derek White.
Oh, Derek White. Yeah, no, I think Derek White is like a more offensive Danny Green. That's what it. That's what I feel. Like, you know how Danny Green, he would get streaky, but they would get really, really cold. Um, well, I think Derek White can just he can shoot the three or whatever, but I think he can also score like inside, has a couple moves or whatever. Lonnie can score on the inside. That guy has a couple moves. Like, so does Vassell, dude. Like, dang, okay, all right, guys. Like, trying to pull some moves over here, but um, I think that Derek White needs to step up. I think he needs to score more. He has to be at 16, dude, minimum. Like, he's getting paid. He's getting paid 15 million. He's getting paid more than everyone.
Yes.
He is the highest paid one. Besides, believe it or not, Dana's young. But I think that's because they just picked up a contract or whatever. That's just the old. but he's the one getting paid the most. He should, be wait, hold on. Where's
I understand where you're getting with this. With the
yeah.
amount of money he's being paid via his contract,
Oh yeah,
it should show dividends.
DeJounte's also at 15. I'm just checking. DeJounte's is at 15, and then McDermott is at 13. So he's actually paying, stuff like that. Where I mean, I guess the salary doesn't really matter, but it kind of does. Where it's just like, all right, like we need you to step up. You can't. Lonnie Walker is not getting paid as much as you, but he's way more productive. You know, and he could probably replace. I mean, honestly, Lonnie. I mean, no, Derek White. They're still putting him as a point guard. I can see Trey Jones take over at some point in the future.
Mm.
I think so. I think he's like kind of like ¿cómo se llama este? Neil. Gary O'Neil.
Gary Neal.
Gary
Gary
O'Neil.
Neal.
Gary O'Neil or Neil?
It's just Neal.
Neil.
Gary Neal.
Gary Neal.
Man,
dude,
I heard that name forever. Yeah, he was
you remember
legit.
that? You remember? Yeah, dude.
He was a good guy. Like he was an all-around good guy.
He was. He just didn't win a championship. We just didn't. He was like the I think it was like 2006 when we ended up replacing him with Patty Mills. No. Wait, Patty Mills won 2006? No, he won 2014, right?
I mean, it's a little research.
I don't know. It's
the
something
tale
like that,
of Gary Neal.
But like, Gary Neal, but it was right before the championship run, I think, and it was like it's just oh no, we got Danny Green and all that, like the new Spurs that eventually won like on 2014, and we just couldn't pay him.
Nope.
But yeah, so I think Trey Jones is gonna kind of be that character, kind of like that, a mixture of that and Corey Joseph, where how Corey Joseph can score, he would go inside, he would still score, but Gary Neal would just kind of pace or whatever. Because I feel like Patty, dude, I think like he never really paced the offense. I feel like he was a really much more of a catch and shoot type of guy. Even though like they would give him a lot of essentially 6-man duties. I mean that's really what it was. But I didn't, not that I never felt like confidence, but I just didn't. I felt like he was more of a not a 6-man, but a 7th man, like being like the kind of like the backup shooting guard, where like, hey, dude, if this guy's like is shooting and he's cold, we need someone that can come in from the bench and just shoot, and just score, And I feel like that's what Patty used to, and that's why now he's like in ¿cómo se llama? With the Nets.
The Nets.
And now he's doing really good, like really good. He's 31 points, or I'm sorry, 21 points. He scored like 6 threes. People are like, bro, where's this guy from? Like, well, I mean, with the Spurs, you can't really do that, Like,
yeah.
So,
I mean, it's less pressure on him to be like the guy, because he's got a whole cast of characters over there to take the weight off one another.
Yeah.
We were kind of leaning on him to really lead.
Yeah, dude, a lot. So no.
Yeah, now he's more relaxed. I mean, I'm assuming he's a bench. Is he off the bench?
Yeah, he is.
Over there?
He is their 6-man now.
Yeah.
So all he does is comes in and shoots. I mean, he's a shooting guard, right? So he just comes in, shoot. And I mean, it's working for them. For us, I think that Keldon Johnson is doing really good. McDermott, I think I kind of like him, dude. I kind of want him to stay with the Spurs. He's a little expensive, but I wouldn't mind his shooting. He's like a really, I don't know. I feel like he's a prolific shooter, prolific scorer. Poto obviously needs to get better, and Vassell, I mean, he's gonna be really good. He's just a long dude. Alani Walker needs to get paid. Oh, I hope we have money for him.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be an issue later on come the trade deadline, which pieces do we need to cut, and then after the season's over, which pieces we need to keep financially, who needs to get paid what money and contracts, all that jazz.
Yeah,
Uh,
so and then we'll see where we land. Also, like in terms of record, um, because right now we're 4-7. Just like kind of overall, we're not obviously doing so good, um, but it kind of helps us. Unfortunately, it's really bad, unfortunately, because we're losing. But it's fortunate because we might get a high draft pick, essentially. So right now we're just so you know, I mean, we're what 11, 12 games in, 11 games in. We're 4-7. Oh man. And then there's 3 teams under us, which is the Timberwolves. They're 3-7. And then, guess which other 2? Let's see. I'll
the
guess.
Pistons.
No. Western Conference.
Oh, excuse me. The Kings.
No, they're actually in. Oh, to play in.
The Rockets.
The Rockets, yes, they're 1-10. Damn.
And there's another team in there.
Yeah, another one. They're 1-11.
Not the Timberwolves, you said, right?
No, well, the Timberwolves already said 3-7.
The Trailblazers.
Nah.
Okay, I give up.
They're the Pelicans.
Simon. They don't have
Yeah.
Zion Williams. He's getting a little chubs, eating all them good New Orleans food. He's not back yet, and they need him. They're just getting owned. I wouldn't be surprised if people start getting fired and traded and just fire sell the whole team, sell it for parts, and just start to rebrand with a new squad of players.
For real, dude.
But I want to get into something. You said the Houston is at the bottom of that barrel.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to get even more bottom because guess what? Their own point guard, John Wall, if you remember, he's with the Rockets now.
Oh, God.
There's
God.
speculation that he's unlikely going to play this season.
What?
There's no plan.
God damn,
Yeah.
dude.
It's just a personal choice. It's not injury.
Wait.
There's no plans for him to play. He's been increasingly that he may want to not play anywhere in the NBA this season.
Wait, he's
so
with the Rockets?
Yes, there's some trades that happened. I think it was when Westbrook went to the Wizards. They gave up John Wall to the Rockets.
Okay.
Once upon a time. So the former number 1 all pick is in the second season with the Rockets, but has not played this season. He has indicated for several months that he does not want to play for the Houston squad. But there's a problem. There might not be an easy exit for him, which would lead him missing out the entirety of the season. So the second season indicated. Okay, sorry, it's just okay. He could be, if he doesn't play, then he can maybe continue to sit out at home, and he does get paid because of his contract. Now Wall, he's 31 years old.
Yeah.
He was a five-time All-Star for 5 straight consecutive visits when he was representing the Wizards until his career was derailed by injuries. He missed all of the 2019-2020 season due to injuries, and it's looking like he's going to miss the rest of this season because I guess he really doesn't feel like he wants to play with Houston. Personal reasons. Oh no! I think he's being a bit of a diva. But no, these players out there these days, they obviously want to chase a championship, but like you got to prove like you're a worthy asset to any team, not be a pouty young guy and just sit out.
So he's just like fuck you, like just whatever, like bye.
He's just sitting out because he didn't. Yeah, essentially, he's saying screw you guys, I ain't gonna play.
Dude, I hated how like it's I don't know. I guess like we go back to the same thing, like Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. I mean, we can go over and over and over and over again where it's just like, dude, and I feel like the worst thing now, like talking about it now, like a little bit more in depth, is it's worse to the fans. You know, like some fan bases are really, really strong. They're really, loyal,
Pa- Passionate, loyal.
passionate. You know, they invest more than anything. They invest. Like they go to the games, they fill up the games and stuff like that. You know, like you see the Spurs. They're not doing so good. So, but you still see the stands being filled up and stuff like that. Um, I know the Rockets. As much as I just don't like the Rockets, dude. Just because rivalry or whatever. Um, I hate seeing like a rival down like that.
Yeah,
Because
they're really fallen from grace
mm-hmm.
after having Westbrook and Harden and Chris Paul, and what's the center's name? He's now with the Hawks.
Dwight. Oh wait.
No, no, no. Shoot, but he was pretty good.
Oh,
Good
Clint
big man.
Capella. Clint Capella.
Clint Capella. That they had a good squad, but now it seems like what comes up has come down, and now they're down, paying for all the sacrifices they made. They're just slumped, man. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they did get like the number 2 overall pick in this past draft, but I mean, one person can't change a whole franchise outlook after you know losing so many key pieces to the machine. Those superstars. It's gonna be a while.
Yeah,
Houston, you're in for a tough couple of rebuilding years.
and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I feel like the teams they pay him a lot of money, right? Uh, but
Yo,
but I mean, you're honestly like I hate him. Well, I mean, yeah, like if players are just like, nah, I'm just not gonna play. I'm just gonna chill at home just because I just want to get traded. I guess like the player empowerment, like everyone kind of has their opinion about it. I think it's good, to an extent. Um, I think people abuse it, just like everything. But I feel like more people abuse it more than anything, where especially like in the NBA, where it's kind of like Kyrie Irving, like Ben Simmons. Like I said, the fan base, dude. I mean, not that I'm like cheering for the Nets to like win the whole thing, but imagine if Kyrie was there. What a huge difference that would make.
yeah,
Like the big impact that not necessarily you have, like not just to your team, right? But to the community. Imagine you bring a championship to Brooklyn, bro.
Brooklyn.
Dude, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. So these players, I understand you get paid a lot of money, you can do whatever you want, you have your own beliefs and everything, but just realize that you have responsibility not just to your teammates, which is really the more important part, right? Because they're the immediate important ones. KD's like, I mean, he's pissed. I'd be pissed too. I'm surprised.
yes,
I'm surprised he hasn't gone up to him, dude. I'm sure he has. Be
yeah.
like, hey, like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what's up? I don't know. And but not only do you have like I said a responsibility to your teammates, but you have responsibility, um, and to the team that's paying you. Okay, they're just an employer. They're just paying you. It's like, yeah, dude, but just like I mean, that's like very black and white, semantics almost, just because of like the amount of if you hold that much power in the team and the community supports a team that much, then you have that power over that entire community as well. Like that's just the way it works. Ben Simmons, 76ers. Obviously they talk about big markets, right? That's why they're on the news and stuff like that. But Ben
Yeah,
Simmons, dude, I mean that city is crazy. You know how Philly is. They're I mean, we don't have super fans there. We're here or anywhere. They have super fans. Like they really do. Like straight up.
yeah.
Um
They go crazy for the Eagles. They go crazy for the Phillies, 76ers.
So imagine for the 76ers, dude, they're going like it's a PR nightmare. Complete PR nightmare right now with Ben Simmons. They're trying to get pennies on the dollar. I don't even care. They don't even care. But it comes down to like, okay, like, with just because Ben Simmons didn't want to practice, like that was, I don't know, bro. Like I feel like a lot of a lot of players before, um, like even in the '90s and the '80s, they had to go through a lot of stuff, a lot of breakthroughs for us, for the young, for now, not young kids, but for more kids and younger kids, like open the doors more for them to get more money. Like Michael Jordan, right? The greatest of all time to me. He didn't make a lot of money, playing basketball. Technically, on the salary, especially he got a couple contracts or whatever. I think he did get a max contract, but back then it wasn't as much. Now, dude, you get paid a lot of money. But the whole reason was because back then, I mean, MJ made it global. He exploded it out there. So for you to more than anything, because there's not a lot of NBA players. There's like what 430 or something like that. And then but there's so many professional players that are trying to get in and everything like that. Like it's so competitive, dude. It's so competitive for you to like be a superstar. Like just what is it, with great power comes with great responsibility, and then not
Yo,
being able to exercise it correctly. Like
yo,
I feel like that's a disrespect not just to the greats that broke through all the barriers for them to be able to the kids to get this money, but also to the current athletes trying to make it to the NBA altogether. um
see.
so just like, yeah, that was a kind of a rant there. But I don't know, what do you think about like kind of that state of the NBA where I mean essentially the players are just like, or whatever.
No, no, no. It's definitely trending in the direction that players are definitely, uh, you know, using their influence and power to essentially force the hands of owners and franchises, to make blockbuster trades or crazy contracts. Um, I wouldn't bet against there being some kind of restructuring in the future to kind of, penalize all these players for kind of going against the team as a whole, sitting out for personal reasons. Well, give me the paycheck, give me part of your paycheck because you didn't put in the work. Like there'll probably be some contract stipulations for such like absences, unexcused absences like that. Uh, Super teams are becoming a rampant thing now because players can go wherever they want now. And that's kind of taking away a little bit of the competitiveness of the game because everyone knows like you're going to go to the big ass market. No one's going to want to play in like the Milwaukee or in was it San Antonio or Toronto. They'd rather go to LA Lakers or Clippers or the New York Knicks or the Brooklyn Nets. So I'm foreseeing that maybe in the next 5 years they'll make some kind of adjustments league wise to prevent players being lazy with unexcused absences or players demanding trades for no reason other than I don't like where I'm at. And if you want to sit out, fine, but we're going to make you pay up the nose because you're affecting our team. You're wasting our roster space when you could be a
Yeah, I was gonna
superstar.
say that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
If you want to get traded, or you got to show us, or you got to show the league that you're actually a worthy piece to complement any team. You sitting out, that just shows you're lazy. If you want out, then at least prove like you're a team player. That's giving a lack of confidence in you. Your popularity, your stock is going downward. Uh, so it's not a good look right now. The game has changed and not a very good trend. Uh, I mean, I mentioned it earlier. The Kobe back in the day, rest in peace. All he wanted was a little Chris Paul as a sidekick. Now, fast forward to today, LeBron gets all the old expendables from Westbrook, Dwight Howard. You got AD in his eyebrow. Um, he gets anybody he wants. That's too much power. Players are getting too much power, and teams are suffering. It's getting wild. Uh, Long story short, it's getting wild. I think changes will happen. So Wall will continue to monitor. If anybody has interest in getting him, I doubt it, but we'll see. I think that can summate what we had to talk about basketball wise. We got a lot of juicy football news, both in college and pro. Can I pull an audible?
Yeah, my bad, my bad, my bad. All right, go for it. Some
All right.
college football. I was actually waiting for this.
Nice. We are officially in week 11. I think there's only maybe 2 more regular season weeks to go before we get into conference championship talks. There's actually a pretty decent game going on right now on ESPN 1, I want to say. It's North Carolina traveling to number 21 ranked Pittsburgh, and it's a very close game. Currently, Pittsburgh is hanging on 23-20, and there's probably there's less than 3 minutes left in the game. So it's anybody's game right now. I'm kind of hoping for the upset. Coach Mac Brown of the Tar Heels was my former coach at Texas. He developed a loyal following over there, so I wish him some success and hoping for that upset this evening. Friday.
Good luck, coach. Good luck, coach.
Yeah, I'll say what the ending of the score is once it's done. Friday, there's actually a college game Friday, and it's not that bad. It's the undefeated number 5 Cincinnati Bearcats when they travel to play the South Florida. I think they're just the Bulls.
Oh.
I don't know if they're like the Golden Bulls or the Green Bulls. It's the Bulls, South Florida Bulls.
The Bulls.
And Cincinnati's been having trouble putting teams away, barely even beating them in some instances. So maybe their undefeated status could very well change this time tomorrow. So that's a good game to watch. I guess hopefully it doesn't overlap with the Spurs Mavs game, but we'll see. And then comes Saturday, a big slate of games Saturday. A couple of ranked opponents facing each other. Got number 8 Oklahoma, I think, going to Waco to face the 13 Baylor Bears. Number 19 Purdue going to face number 4 Ohio State. Yeah, number 11 Texas A&M Aggies. They're going to go play against 15 Ole Miss. And number 16 NC State going to play against number 12 Wake Forest. And then some other good games slated.
Texas.
I'm not finished.
Texas.
Yes, Alabama's going to play, but they're going to cream New Mexico State. I don't even know where the hell they scheduled New Mexico State. I think it was it was a postponed game.
How do you even schedule that in the middle, or not in the middle, like in November?
It does not make no sense. I think it's postponed.
Dude, that's BS, dude. Bama, God damn it, dude. They always do that. You know how we were talking about it? Do you think that would work, bro? Like non-conference games, and then just straight up do
This is totally a non-conference game.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Towards the end of the season, no doubt.
No, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. It's bull because you get a free win. So
I think it was probably postponed for some reason. Maybe New Mexico State had a lot of players with COVID or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, that's a game. I don't even think it's going to be televised. Now, some of the more important games that do have playoff implications. Number 6, Michigan, going to face off against Penn State. Penn State, they're no pushovers. Mississippi State is going to play against number 17, Auburn, in the SEC matchup right there. Number 1, Georgia, they're going to be all right, but, they're going to play against Tennessee at Tennessee. So I mean, there's that. You get the home field advantage. I don't see an upset there. UTSA number 23. What up at 2:30? Now playing against the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles. So if you're in the SA area, by all means, tailgate. Show your support for the runners. Stupid. Furthermore, there's number 9 Notre Dame going to Virginia. 25 Arkansas with the LSU Tigers. Unranked Kansas is going to play unranked Texas at 6:30. I'll dissect that in a bit. TCU hoping they could pull the upset against number 10 Oklahoma State. That'd be cool. They beat Baylor last week, so it's not improbable TCU can win. And then number 3 Oregon Ducks play host to Washington State in like the nightcap. So just kind of dissecting a few of these matchups. Baylor OU, I think that's one of the more popular games of the day. Coach for Baylor, Coach Dave Aranda, I think he's Hispanic. In the second season with Baylor, has been all about turnarounds this season. The Bears, they improved from last year's 2-7 to this year's 7-2. They suffered a bit of a setback last week when they lost against TCU 30-28. That was pretty much an emotional game for TCU because they lost their main coach, Gary Patterson. I think it was the first game they played without him after like 20 seasons. Now for Baylor, this week provides the best measuring stick yet for Coach Aranda and how far his Bears have come when they face Oklahoma. They come into town. Winners of 17 straight games, the Sooners have also won 8 consecutive road games against ranked conference opponents, one shy of matching the longest streak in the AP poll era, dating back since 1936. Now, Baylor's rush offense ranks 8th nationally with 230.9 yards per game, led by Abram Smith, who was already topped about 1,000 yards and has 6 100-yard games with 11 touchdowns. The Sooners, despite struggling, still rank 17th in run defense, allowing just 108.2 yards per game. The Sooners are a bit optimistic that the rest of the defense can round into shape with the return of their cornerback, Deji Graham, and defensive tackle Jalen Redmond against Texas Tech last week, in the possible return of another corner, Woody Washington, who could possibly play this week as well. I'm hoping for the upset. Baylor, I hate y'all, but this weekend, I'll sport a little bit of green your way. Support you folks over there in Waco. Give them hell. OU still sucks. Yeah. Another game of ranked opponents. 19 Purdue at number 4 Ohio State at the 3:30. Ohio State's defense, which has made significant strides since early this season, tries to slow down the most creative offense it has seen all season. Not to mention a hot quarterback in, I think it's Aiden O'Connell, whose completion percentage of 71.6 ranks 5th nationally, is on pace for a team record for Purdue. Also, Purdue's wide receiver David Bell is an All-American candidate who leads the Big Ten and ranks 6th nationally in receiving yards, is about 1,003. He'll test a mostly young Buckeye secondary. I hate the Buckeyes. I've never liked them, so I'll go for Purdue in that matchup. This one is a very interesting one. Number 6, Michigan at Penn State. It says a Penn State win would hurt Michigan's shot at a Big Ten championship berth or even more.
Mm-hmm.
And if Michigan wins, that would keep the chances alive to potentially play against Ohio State in one of the more meaningful rivalry games we've seen in the past years. Because Ohio State and Michigan, that's like Texas and Texas A&M or Texas OU.
Yeah,
That's that rivalry that's lasted like decades.
Yeah.
234.1 rushing yards per game, which is good for the 7th best among all FBS programs. Penn State's defense ranks about 49th in rushing yards allowed per game with just 137.1. but there are some questions around injuries for Michigan on the offense. Running back Blake Corum, he went down with an apparent leg injury in their Michigan Indiana game, and he didn't return. Receiver AJ Henning, who is also the team's leading punt returner, also was knocked out of the Indiana game with an injury, as was wide receiver Andrew Anthony. Coach Harbaugh, he didn't have any update on the status of those players, but said in his weekly radio show that the team should know maybe by their statuses this midweek.
Damn.
If those three cannot play and are limited, it would have a big impact on an important game for both teams. Pretty much, if they don't play, that's tipping the scales more in favor of Penn State in that matchup.
Who do you have winning the whole thing? Or not the whole thing, the Big Ten. Is it Big Ten?
Yeah, Big Ten. At the moment, it seems like it's going to be Ohio State.
I was gonna say
They have, they bounced back. They had that loss with Oregon way back in the beginning of the season,
yeah.
but now
And the fact that Oregon is ranked where they're ranked, only helps their stock.
for real. At the moment, I guess if I was a better, I'd say Ohio State has the best shot at that Big Ten title. I don't know who they play against though. Uh, so just moving on to a few other games.
Big 12.
The Big 12, I'll get to that shortly. UTSA's historic season can continue with a victory. The Roadrunners received their first national ranking in the program's 10-year history on October the 17th, entering the AP Top 25 back then at number 24. On Monday, they entered the college football playoff rankings for the first time. Southern Mississippi needs a win, at least one in its final 3 games, to avoid its worst season since going 1-11 back in 2013. UTSA has one of the nation's leading rushers in Sincere McCormick, but its passing game has become a huge weapon. Senior quarterback Frank Harris has completed 173 of his 254 passes for about 2,079 yards in the air and 18 touchdowns. Southern Miss has allowed opponents to pass for about 18 touchdowns and 80 first downs. Opponents are also averaging 8 yards per reception against the Golden Eagles. Now, UTSA, their wide receiver, Zachary Franklin, he has about 55 receptions for 686 yards and 8 touchdowns. Franklin needs just 9 yards to pass a school single season record for yardage. That he set the record last year actually, but he can beat it. Well, he could beat his own record if he gets just 9 more passing yards. He is also UTSA's career leader in receiving yards with 1,757 within a 3-year season span. So I think everyone in the grandma has like UTSA winning this scenario, like 98% positive UTSA is going to pull out that victory. So yeah, y'all go, go to the Alamo Dome, show your support, enjoy the game, get some good food and drinks.
All right, let's go for it. Yeah, check. I'm actually gonna go because wait, when are they playing? Do you know?
It's in the afternoon. So it's like at 3. Let's see. Well, on television, it's at 2:30, but I'm pretty sure they open the gates like an hour before that. So let's say 1:30.
Let's see. Let's check
like
out.
To get there and get your seats and your concessions.
Yeah, because I actually do work, but I'm gonna come back and
like if it was an evening game, there would be no trouble for you, I'm sure.
Let's see, Alamo Dome at 2:30. Yeah, I mean I can still make it.
All right.
But anyways,
well,
yeah.
We'll plan that out.
Well, I'll see if I can plan it out and see if I can go live and talk a little some Mezzo Forte Sportz. But anyways, talk to me.
Now flipping the script from one team's historic winning season to another team's historic losing season of teams is my Longhorns. Texas hosts Kansas. The Kansas Jayhawks Both teams very eager to end their own respective losing streaks. Texas has yet to settle on a starting QB to play against Kansas, and Coach Sarkisian still doesn't know if three of his top players will even be available to try to end the four-game skid they've been going through. The immediate problem is avoiding the first five-game skid since 1956. Texas started this own season ranked and was even 4-1 going into early October, but man, things changed after four straight bowl wins under his predecessor Tom Herman. Texas now must win two of its last three games just to even get into the postseason. Shit. There was no talk of quote unquote struggle when Sarkisian landed in Austin with the motto of all gas and no brakes that is going into turbocharged program waiting to take off. Very optimistic when it started. Sarkisian said that he'll decide Friday whether to stick with starting QB Casey Thompson against Kansas or even return the other QB Hudson Card, who started the first two games of the season, and relieve Thompson when they had that pitiful showing against Iowa State last week. Texas had just 11 first downs and 207 total yards against the Cyclones. Star running back I know. Star running back Bijan Robinson also was banged up against Iowa State, and his top backup, Roshan Johnson, also struggled with a bit of turf toe these last few weeks. Linebacker Marvian Overshon, the Longhorns' best playmaker on defense, will also be a game day decision. Texas wide receiver Joshua Moore, he left the team recently to enter the transfer protocol earlier this week. He's been overtaken by freshman Xavier Worthy as the Longhorns' top pass catcher, but his departure means that Worthy is now the only Texas wideout with even more than 11 catches this season. So Texas has led at halftime in each of their four consecutive losses and are held to double digits late in the third quarter. Oh, they have held double-digit leads, in the late third quarter in the first three of those losses that happened. Texas has been outscored 102-27 after halftime in their four straight losses. So we definitely need, like I said, we need to win two of the next three to even get into like a bowl game. That's pretty much as grim as it looks, man, for the Horns. I'll still cheer them on, come thick or thin. Wave my flag high, wear my colors proud, but it's not good. That's all I have to say football wise. Is there anything else you want to add it with your team, my team, or any other teams or matchups or coaches, players, whatever?
No,
college, Danny.
no, not in college. We'll go right into NFL, but you know what to do, Art. You know what to do.
We tried to establish that 9 o'clock will be the new time, but fuck it. For old time's sake, it's 10 o'clock now officially. So we have been Mezzo Forte Sportz After Dark. Yeah, we're officially After Dark now. The kiddies are in bed. So now the show is unrated, uncut, unedited, unsolicited, unmarketed, and we're straight up drinking alcohol. But the thing is, or ironically, I am not drinking alcohol. I told Daniel earlier in the show I got a bit of a booster shot for my Moderna.
Nice.
So I wanted to play it cool, take a little break from the alcohol. I'm sipping on some nice blue Powerade, courtesy of the King.
Nice.
And I got a water on the side.
After dark.
How about you, man?
guys,
You sipping on anything good?
No, just if you guys can tell, no, it's not a special effect. I did have a yellow Fanta. Now I have an orange one. I'm just downing these. No, I'm just waiting for Fanta to sponsor me or someone. Fanta, Manzanita Sol. What else? What else do I have? Snapple. Fiji water, everything. No, but
Yeah.
I'm just drinking some orange soda. Oh, but you guys, what are you guys drinking right now? What about chat? Talk to me, chat. Talk to me.
Chat looks like they're not drinking much. I'm sure everyone's had their own nightcap. They're just not saying it. Don't be
Real quick.
embarrassed.
So that's a big one. Georgia winning the whole thing this year. What do you think about that?
I just saw that right now because I was looking at the game right now. It's looking like Pittsburgh and North Carolina could be going into OT. So more hope for Mac Brown's Tar Heels. But no, I'm looking at the comments. Georgia winning the whole thing this year, calling it fire, beer. My friends at Remember When Gaming. That is a bold prediction. I know the Bulldogs just lost not a key piece, but they lost a very pivotal player on defense due to some legal allegations and whatnot. He's pretty much off the team. Not that they needed him, because they're still like the top team in the nation. It doesn't matter which QB they end up having, because the rest of the team is just beast. I'd like to see him face. I don't know if they. I want to see how they do against Alabama. I think I wouldn't be surprised if that's like one of the last games of the regular season. Alabama and Georgia. That'd be pretty sick. And I think the winner of that would probably go to the SEC championship game. And it doesn't really matter who the SEC East is. They're going to get creamed by Georgia or Alabama.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's a foregone conclusion. But no, I'd say there is a bit of validity in saying Georgia could win it all. Because lately we haven't seen anybody who can even come close to them. I think the only close game they had all season was when they played like the season opener versus Clemson. And that was like, I don't know, it was just like a single digit lead. But no, the Bulldogs, they look a little bit unstoppable at the moment. Double dog! So yes, good call. Remember when you're going for them dogs? I can see it happening.
So let's see what's up. But all right, you ready for some NFL action? All right, guys, we're gonna do some on Fire 5, on Fire 5, on Fire 5.
So NFL, we officially started Week 10 this week. Currently, we have the Ravens Dolphins in action. A bit of developments that happened was in the beginning. They say the Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa would miss his consecutive second start this Thursday night because he fractured like a bone in his left finger. So then we're going to start Jacoby Brissett, not Brisket, Jacoby Brissett versus the Ravens. And in watching some of this game, it looked like Brissett left with the injury, and now they had to put in Tua Tagovailoa just because I guess they don't have confidence in the next guy up. So he's back. Tua's fighting for his spot back, literally. I'm not sure what the score is because I'm a little tied up with that college game that I mentioned that is in overtime. But no, I also have the Ravens on my fantasy defense, so I need to keep tabs on that. They did pretty well. But beyond today, the rest of the games, Sunday, you got the Falcons at the Cowboys, Saints at the Titans, Jaguars at the Colts, Browns Patriots, Bills Jets, Lions Steelers, Buccaneers Washington, Panthers Cardinals, Vikings Chargers, Eagles Broncos, Seahawks Packers, Chiefs Raiders, and Monday night. Hopefully we can even see their newest addition. We'll mention that in a bit. The Rams at the 49ers. So why did I say new addition? Well,
yeah,
pretty much
Von Miller hasn't played technically, I don't think.
that's one addition. Von Miller has not played. No, because they definitely needed him last week when they played the Titans. But on offense, they got a very interesting person on offense added. They had Odell Beckham Jr. agreeing to a one-year
Mm.
contract with the Rams. Announced Thursday. The free agent wide receiver joins the high-powered offense led by Matthew Stafford. Adds more of a depth into their position already, which includes the likes of Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and Van Jefferson. Beckham, he became a free agent when he cleared waivers on Tuesday. He was released by the Browns. Uh, Beckham, he's going to essentially replace their veteran wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, who was released after the trade deadline last week.
Oh yeah,
Whap, whap, whap.
true
Jackson signed with
that. I
the
forgot about that.
he signed Jackson. He did sign with the Raiders last week,
Really? Oh, that's
so
cool. I
he's not
mean,
jobless.
I was gonna say that's kind of cool.
And so Beckham, he's the second high-profile player added to the Rams this month alone, after they did trade for star pass rusher Von Miller before the deadline ended last week. Miller, he welcomed Beckham to the Los Angeles on his Instagram story, posting, quote unquote, "Let's chase this ring, family," unquote. So
Oh,
the Rams, who were already favored to win it all, I think their stock goes even further up. Uh, it's not fair, man. Why can't the Cowboys get some love?
I mean, they have a high power offense too. You can't even lie. They just don't perform sometimes.
True.
I mean, you have CeeDee Lamb, uh, Cooper. Obviously you have Dak or whatever, but you have Zeke and Pollard. They make a pretty good combo. And I don't know. Like, I guess we could use a better tight end or whatever, right? But in terms of defense, you have Diggs. The only thing that the Cowboys don't have though on defense is like kind of consistent.
Consistency.
Yes, and experience as well.
Nice.
Sorry.
And you know who
But
else?
yeah.
No, it's all right. You know who else the Cowboys don't got? They're going to be without their defensive end, Randy Gregory, placed on IR with a calf injury.
Oh,
Going to
dang.
miss the next 3 games.
Dang. Why?
He's got calf injury, bro. And they're going to fucking need him because aside from the Falcons that they play this Sunday, they're going to have to play Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas Chiefs the next week. And then the following week, Derek Carr and the Raiders. So Gregory, he was tied with Micah Parsons and the team in terms of sacks. He had 5. He led the team with 20 quarterback pressures. So we lost a very key defensive guy in Randy Gregory for the Cowboys. But now going back to the whole Rams OBJ, how did it get that far, man? There was such optimism. The Browns getting the star from the Giants when he was coming into his prime. OBJ. They tried to pair him up with Johnny Manziel. Didn't do shit. They get the new guy, Baker Mayfield. Things are a little more optimistic. Baker Mayfield. Later on, they got Nick Chubb becoming one of the best running backs, and then they tandem him with Kareem Hunt. That running game looked legit. Didn't they get Clowney from the Rams to bolster up their defense? So it looked like a legitimate squad was forming up there in Cleveland.
Also, you have Myles Garrett. That dude is what's up, dude. That dude is a big dude.
Yeah. So they had very good promise from their performance last season. They made it pretty far the postseason.
This is what I think happened. Like, and it's true how I feel like you kind of saw it how Mayfield was kind of forced to throw it to OBJ, right? Or like you have Landry, you have OBJ, so maybe OBJ's double covered and Landry's open, but you still throw it OBJ. Why? Because then he's gonna talk all this shit like, hey, you're not giving me the ball, because Landry's not going to. But OBJ is, because he's OBJ, and they're gonna listen to him because he's OBJ. So where it was like, now Mayfield is doing a lot better, not doing way better. He's actually doing way better. He's not doing as good as he needs to. He needs to be even better than that. but that's besides the point. Now he doesn't need to worry about throwing it to like forcing it. Like, oh, where's he at? Where's he at? I have to throw it at him. So whereas now, and you saw it. I mean, you saw like what the dad put or whatever all the plays and stuff. I'm sure I'm sure I can pick and choose my own plays that would satisfy my argument as well. But that's like uh, uh, uh
I got it.
yeah, and then so it's like kind of so I don't know. I feel like it will now. Obviously, now he's signed with the Rams, right? I don't know how it's gonna work. I think
Yeah,
I don't.
there's a lot of like star power to that you got to share the ball
Yeah.
away from Cup and Woods and Jefferson. Uh, Damn, that'll be interesting to see how they'll utilize him. Uh, just an update on that college game I was watching. Pittsburgh, they did win in overtime versus Mac Brown and his Tar Heels.
Oh.
Score of 30-23. So sad. I had hope for them. So Pittsburgh, they'll keep their status as 21 overall in the nation. All right, going back to OBJ. How is he going to fit with the Rams? I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll find a place for him. Uh, Definitely bolsters their chances at making it to the title game, Super Bowl rather. Excuse me.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't know. We'll see what role he plays, because people are like going the other way, like both ways, right? Um, where you know, is he going to be good for the team? Is he going to be fast for the team? How's the chemistry going to be involved? Who's going to get the ball? I mean, was it? He's already distributing it out to Woods and Cup. And well, I mean, in this case,
it's another mouth to feed.
another mouse. So it's gonna be another mouse to feed again. Is it gonna be the same problem over there as over there with the Browns, where it's like
Complaining that they're not throwing it to him enough.
exactly. You know, so it's like now they did sign a 1 year deal, so it's gonna be literally like the Rams are essentially just going all in, right? Like that's what's going on. Everyone kind of understands that now, but I think it's gonna be crazy to kind of see if they do win, just to I mean, ring chaser, whatever, right? He still won. That's what AB did.
Yeah.
Right, with Tom Brady. So we'll see what happens with that. I think that the Von Miller thing is a lot more important than like the
Yeah.
Beckham
Defense was
Jr. Yeah,
they needed to bolster up their defense more so than getting another offensive threat.
and I think that just getting, because they're like, oh, people. I mean, Von Miller is gonna be a sack machine or whatever anymore. I don't think they need him to be a sack machine anymore. Think they just need him to be kind of like a older Ray Allen type of
Good reference.
like kind of character where it's just like, all right, dude, you just need to like call stuff. You're an older guy, you see stuff, just kind of call stuff. So, especially Von Miller. I mean, Von Miller is still like he's still good. Like I'm sure he can still tackle. I'm sure he can still blitz and rush and maybe cover a tight end or two. Maybe not really good, but at least try. But I don't know. I think that's a way bigger, more impactful. Where we'll see how he plays against this 49ers. Now the 49ers aren't even playing that good anyway. So, what do you think, Art?
No, it's just I mean I don't even know what Odell be cleared to play in that matchup with the Niners. That'd be cool if he did, but that'd be very little time for him to get the reps and stuff and learn the plays, the play calling designs. Uh, There's an old saying, Danny, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that offense, it wasn't broke until they faced the Titans last week. Um, so we'll see how Odell can be assimilated. Uh, it's going to take some time. The good thing is we're barely in the midpoint of the season, so there's plenty of time to get things in order for Odell. And I mean, who knows? The Rams could this could be the beginning
Dude, let's talk
of like
about
a good run.
Aaron Rodgers. What do you think?
Well, Rodgers, he's I think was he still suspended for this upcoming game?
I think he needed to do like a double, or he needed to test positive twice or something like that. Do you test negative twice?
Yeah. No, it's quite a stinker. They had to play without him when they faced the Kansas. Although it wasn't a blowout, it was still a loss.
Yeah.
They had Jordan Love. Did the best he could. Rodgers needs that double negative test to maybe even be considered. Screwed me over. Yeah, he technically didn't screw me over on my fantasy because I had Carson Wentz have the game of his life.
Because of your fantasy, that's awesome. No,
but the Packers, they definitely need to. I mean, for one thing, Rodgers, his sponsors or whatever, are starting to shy away from him now.
Yeah.
Just because of the deception. I mean, he had his beliefs. He stood by them. That's cool. But you didn't have to deceive people with your rhetoric. Mm-hmm. Just be upfront about it, And so that's what's left a bad taste in people's mouths. The players or the coaches, staff, the fans, I felt a little bit let down. I mean, everyone's eager to see, it's Rodgers versus it's the Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's like the hottest game of the season. I'm pretty sure that game sold out immediately before the whole Rodgers thing. It's definitely taking away distraction, off the field distraction. Not a good one. Already, I mean, we're like, nah, this is the last year with the Packers. He's had enough of them. And now he's just creating more waves. So as a player, I respect him for his off the field shenanigans. It's getting too much of a distraction. I don't know if Jordan Love is the future, but Aaron Rodgers is definitely not.
I mean, I think I think now, at an older age, it is diva. Because better, dude. Like, Tom Brady's not going to do that. I mean, granted, he's way old, like, he's older, right? But that generation, like, Drew Brees, I mean, you could argue even, like, what's his face? Ben Roethlisberger, even though Ben Roethlisberger is kind of...
He's just too old. Look at him. He's just too old. Well, he's a big guy.
Dude, he tried to get... I remember I saw him run. Literally, bro, like 2.5 yards from line of scrimmage that he needed to get a first down. He was like, dude, it was like the most, like, the biggest struggle I've ever seen a man run for two yards because he got a 4th and inches. He didn't even get the first down.
His body type isn't designed for strides.
I'm like, dude, I feel bad. Like,
negative 2 yards. Fuck. Sorry, Big Ben.
Oh man, I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh no, Ben, oh no, bro, retire, please.
Chill. He is on his way out too. He's riding into the sunset as well.
Dude, they're talking about how, Rodgers to the Steelers. I
mean, Rodgers to anywhere, just because he don't want to be in Green Bay no more. Well, I can't see him in the Vikings just because it's the whole. How are you going to be your rivals with the Vikings so many years? you can't go to Minnesota.
Or the
I can see them
Browns.
go. Browns
I'm
aren't
sorry,
that big of a
not,
rival.
sorry, not the Browns or the Bears.
Bears too could be
Do you
a
imagine he goes
rival.
to the Bears? Oh no,
I don't think so. He's kind
that's
of
too
made.
much. That's
He's
like the
made it.
Celtics to the Lakers type of stuff.
Well, not even. He's kind of pissed off the fans like over the years, taunting the fans like in certain
Bro, the
games.
fans will love Aaron Rodgers. They'll take Aaron Rodgers over Justin Fields all day. I'm pretty sure they'll take anything over
I
Justin
just
Fields.
think he's already like
Pissed
created
them
too
off
much.
too much.
He's pissed him off too much. Like literally, he's cussed him out on live television, like in the fan zone or whatever. I
Okay,
can't
okay.
say-
That's
I don't
why.
know what
Okay,
exactly
let's
to
talk
say.
about that. Let's talk about that real quick. The taunting. How apparently they're finding more players for more taunting and stuff like that. I mean, do they find CeeDee Lamb because he untucked his shirt? I mean, it's what do you think that? And then a couple players. I think Adam Thielen. He was is that it's taking the fun out of the game. What do you think about that? The not the taunting, but rather like the celebration or excessive celebration calls.
Yeah, I agree with Thielen on that one. That they're way too quick to throw the flags for these cheap, easy yardages for very simple celebration plays. Some of them that are not even disrespectful. Guys just doing some certain thing and like, poof, unsportsmanlike. No, you're taking away from the game. Or you're changing momentum. I'm sure whatever team had the ball, like you stopped their drive, and you're driven them back because of something simple as like not even tucking in the shirt, maybe like spinning a ball or whatever. I don't know. They're getting way too ticky tack, and it's impacting the games. I'm sure maybe some wins or losses happen as a result of one of those calls.
Yeah, because as much as they say, like say basketball is like a game of momentum.
Yeah.
I feel like football is also a big momentum type of sport. Not so much in the overall scoring, but just in like the the in the trenches type of work. I don't know. What do you think, Art?
No, if you're like on defense and you get like that key sack on the opponent's quarterback that essentially forces them to punt and stuff, if it's a pivotal part of the game or like time wise, oh, that was a crucial like stop right there. And like you're celebrating, you pump your fist in the air, you do something with your teammates. Oh, flag, excess celebrating. Well, fuck, you just screwed your defense over. You have to bring the ball. That keeps the drive alive for your opponent. It's very passionate. I mean, these guys, you don't know how much adrenaline is pumping through their veins and stuff. Like their hearts are just beating at the rest. Maybe you need that celebration as like a outlet or whatever to release some of that steam. Otherwise, that pressure just built up, and how do you just stop on a dime? Uh, so I think if they do keep on flagging, that's just taking away from the richness of the game. As long as it's not taunting in a disrespectful way, let them celebrate. If it doesn't there's no clock stoppages or whatever, or delay. Excuse me. There's no if it's not a big delay of game or anything, let them celebrate. They earned it. They have all that energy built up. Let them expel it through a little act of celebrating. Are you finding gold? That's fine. But no, I definitely don't think they should continue flagging for celebrating. Um, Now that could kind of segue into my next article here. Is a man who's no stranger to celebrating or eccentric attire before and after his football games. We have a return It says Cam Newton is going to be signing a deal to return to the Carolina Panthers. The quote unquote Superman, as per his own celebrations. We're going to get a bit of a sequel of that in Carolina. It was announced this Thursday that he's returning to the team that he led to the Super Bowl back in 2015 under the device of a 1 year deal. The deal is worth up to 10 mil for the remainder of the season, including 4.5 mil guaranteed and 1.5 mil roster bonus, as per sources. The Panthers, who had selected Newton first overall pick back in 2011, they released him following the 2019 season after he had struggled for several years with shoulder and foot injuries. They began a new regime with coach Matt Rule at the time. Now Newton, who was the 2015 NFL MVP, he started 15 games with the New England Patriots in the 2020 season before being released in training camp of this year after the team decided they're going to go with the likes of their rookie, Mac Jones, Mac Jones, as their starter. The Panthers, who are currently 4-5, began searching for options as quarterback after the starter Sam Darnold suffered a bit of a shoulder injury this past Sunday that would essentially sideline him for 4 to 6 weeks. Coach Rule said that after learning the extent of Darnold's injuries on Tuesday, he got together with their own GM, Scott Furderer. I don't know if I said that right. They started looking for some options with understanding that PJ Waller, quarterback PJ Waller, would start Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals, who are 8-1. So, damn. Coach Rule said that the plan is for recently acquired Matt Barkley, formerly of USC, to serve as the backup to Waller when they play on Sunday. No indication of when Cam Newton might suit up either, but the fans are already, you know, excited. It's a very frenzied atmosphere. Even some of his old teammates on the Panthers squad are excited to have Cam back. He gives a sense of energy to that squad. Um, so no, it's a good feel good story. The return, I think. I don't know who in the organization said that they wouldn't mind bringing him back, but now that it's sooner than later, and when they need him the most, it's cool to see Cam Newton get back his job and the team he's that was his home for so many years. What are your thoughts on that, Danny?
I think that's pretty.
Superman.
I was like, I think it's pretty cool. It's like one of those like kind of feel good stories where it just kind of they come back. I mean, you never know. I don't think they have a chance to like make. Actually, they do have a chance. Sorry, they do have a chance. They still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, at least for 7, right? Even seed 7. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out for them and everything like that. I just think that I think that obviously Cam needs to maybe take. I think for this year he should take like kind of a chance to kind of step back and start realizing like, all right, what's my role? Kind of moving forward. Not just here, but just like in my football career and stuff like that. So, I don't know, maybe be a backup somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I don't, or maybe like play like I don't know, but like the Steelers or something, something like that, where like they need like a quarterback like pretty bad. I know Miami Dolphins also need a quarterback pretty bad as well. So we'll see how that works out. But
I
hopefully,
mean, would you say this is his third chance? Because the first shot was all those years with the Panthers. His second shot was
I
for the
don't I don't
Patriots.
think
That
I
didn't
don't think
amount to
so,
nothing.
dude. I think he's just too old and he got like hurt too much. Like in the NFL, especially like if you're a running back, running quarterback. Like I
Yeah.
said, like I'm surprised Lamar hasn't like gotten hurt really bad, but you know, um, I mean, it got pretty bad. He also didn't he get into a car accident too. Remember?
I remember. Yeah, that was the thing a few years back. It scared a lot of people,
I don't
but
know.
thankfully, it was nothing serious.
So stuff like that. I mean, I know it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, it's just a that, but all that like, it's a football player, bro. Like they play collision sport, and like everything kind of matters. Like every factor kind of matters. I don't think he'll be like he's just gonna make a big name for himself anymore. I just think he'll be just one of those journeyman backups from now on. Um,
Mm.
you know, that like kind of comes on like every so often, maybe messes around and wins a ring type of thing. Yeah.
Well,
So
I have no doubt that the Carolina fans are going to be chanting his name. Uh, even if they're behind, they'll be chanting his name. Yeah, they want to see him back. They want to see him back in that uniform, not just on the sidelines. They want to see him in the game, do a few snaps, and see if he's the Cam Newton of old. Uh, but no, I say this is a third shot. Not many players do get this many shots. I know my own college quarterback, Colt McCoy. He's been bouncing around the league like a pinball. He's had many shots himself. He started with the Browns and then was with Washington for a little bit. Now he's the backup there with Arizona. He had a very pivotal win for the Cardinals last week because Kyler Murray was out. McCoy took the snaps. Yeah, he and it's a running back Connor. They just ran the table on the. I don't know who the hell they were playing, but they beat them impressively. So some of these big name QBs, they they got some juice left in the tank. You know what I'm saying? So Cam Newton, definitely a good story. See him return and maybe work his way back to a starting position with some squad.
nice, nice, nice. So we're still wrapping it up already. Unless
Nice.
you have anything else to talk about.
Uh, would you like to just do a quick fire five? You don't even have to like give reasons why you choose it. Just a
Yeah, yeah,
quick
yeah.
reason.
Well, I can just do. I was actually gonna do some soccer stuff as well.
Oh, okay. If you want to do soccer, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
There was not a lot of sexy matchups anyway.
Yeah, we don't really have anything. We'll talk about just like how we might do Fire Five for the weekend. Later on, I'll talk to you about that later. We're actually just gonna do a little bit of soccer real quick. So we're gonna do a World Cup qualifiers. So
Ooh.
there are gonna be World Cup qualifiers this for CONCACAF this Friday, including U.S. versus Mexico. Yes.
Okay, what's at stake in that one?
So in this case, including so in this, I know that right now they are in first place. Mexico is in first place. U.S. is in second place. So really, it doesn't really matter in terms of them qualifying. They just need to both, you need to make at least third place. So it's gonna be pretty interesting for them to battle that out. That's gonna be at 8:10 and on ESPN 2. So go ahead and definitely check that out. Including also for that evening. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just kind of putting. Sorry, I'm like doing a million things. All right, and then so also you do have Honduras, Panama, Canada, Costa Rica, you have El Salvador and Jamaica. And you do obviously have the U.S., Mexico. So actually, that Canada, Costa Rica, and Salvador, Jamaica is actually at 8:05 p.m. So it starts like 10 minutes right before the actual kickoff or the Mexico game or U.S. Mexico game, and then Honduras and Panama is gonna start 1 hour before. So just to kind of let me just check the standings on there. I'll show you guys real quick.
Cool. Uh, just to update on one of the NBA games. It looks like the Pacers they shocked the Jazz 111 to 100. Um, I think we're behind one of the top performers for the Pacers, Malcolm Brogdon. 30
Nice.
30 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. Um, so yeah, damn. Looks like the Jazz are beatable after all.
Wow, dang, for real. All right, so let's check the standings. So right now, again, Mexico is actually has 14 points. U.S. has 11. Canada has 10. Panama 8. Costa Rica 6. Jamaica does have actually 5.
Oh,
So again, the just kind of watching the games. I know for the U.S. to be able to make it, Canada does have to lose. So we're cheering or for Costa Rica. And
okay.
yeah, and then let's see Panama or Honduras. So we're cheering for Honduras because Panama is fourth place. Actually, if Panama wins, and the U.S. loses, they're tied with 11 points. So yeah, Panama and Canada are battling out for third place. Mexico is first. Again, Mexico first, U.S. second, Canada third, Panama fourth, Costa Rica 5. Mexico is at 14, U.S. 11, Canada 10, Panama 8, and Costa Rica 6. And I believe they do have, I think it's like, how many matches? 1, 2. Just 4 more matches after this. So it's gonna be this one and then 4 more matches. So it's still battle. You know, we're still gonna kind of continue on the World Cup qualifiers all the way until March 30th, 2022. Believe it or not. So it's gonna go well into next year as we continue on with that. But all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up for today. I know it is getting late. Wake up, my friend Art, and we're gonna go ahead and just start mixing it down. No, not that one, not that one. No, no, no. We don't want that song. We want this song.
And one other thing that I just saw, Russell Wilson might be returning from that Week 5 finger injury. No, he was out for so many weeks. The Seahawks desperately need him back. So good job on that finger recovery. I missed you, buddy.
Nice. For real, especially when you had him on fantasy. When I have him on fantasy.
In my other league, he's just been rotting on my IR.
Thank you so much for this week's episode. That's it gonna be for this week's episode. I hope y'all chill with us next time. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Check out our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio coming soon. Thank you so much for all of our sponsors. Music provided by Studio 13B. Graphics by Tasmagoria. Yes, go ahead and cheer them on. This is Danny BMD. Thank you so much for everyone signing off. Laters all, bringing home arts, and good night.
Thank you, Dan. Lesson of today is I don't have a lesson, but promotional consideration brought to you by Devil Dog Detailing. If you're out there in SA and you want your car's interior looking like new, this guy will work like a dog for you. That's Devil Dog Detailing. Devil Dog! Out there in San Antonio. But remember, sports are great, but mean nothing without y'all, the fans. Until next time, stay cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Mezzo Forte Sportz. Right out! Episode 79. Screw you.
Yeah.
America.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a very good night.
And a great weekend as well. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the... No, I'm not going to sing the whole song. I ruined my voice. And my voice is my moneymaker.